Just give us your take. Obviously, we're looking at some challenges here for the Chinese economy. You've followed this economy for a long time. Just put that into context for us. How difficult are these set of problems right now in the context of history?
So I do think we are entering a year here where we're going to see an unprecedented slowdown with very modest easing from the authorities, and the world is not used to this. When we get slowdowns in China, usually we get some very aggressive easing that then offsets that gradually, and the market can take off. But we're in a very different scenario here, and I do think inflation is playing a very important role. We've still got PPI in double digits. I know the data point that came out yesterday was below market expectations, but we're still looking at PPI inflation of 10%. And stimulus in China tends to be very commodities intensive. And when you've got PPI that is that elevated, I don't think the authorities can be aggressive with stimulus. And this is why we're getting things like a baby 5 basis point cut in interest rates in December, why the types of expansion of fiscal capacity that the authorities are talking about are not really that aggressive for 2022. And they're really just hoping that that big spike in government bond issuance in Q4 leads to a pickup in activity in Q1. So for all of these reasons, we're expecting a pretty big slowdown in growth this year. Our weighted average of economic activity in nominal terms is going to come in around 5.8% in 2022, but in real terms, that is going to be around 2.5%.
Yeah.
So that is really weak.
It is. And what is your expectation of China embarking on this zero COVID strategy? Because that is what is the biggest constraint right now to growth. Is this going to likely last for the most of this year?
Our assumption right now is that the authorities are actually going to double down on zero COVID policy between now and the Party Congress, because the reality is we've got the Olympics through mid-March, through the Paralympics ending in mid-March. We've then got the Party Congress in October, November, and the political risk that they incur by backing off on this policy and allowing the virus to circulate and potentially risking a very big outbreak mid-year, I think would really cast a pall over the Party Congress. And I don't think the authorities are willing to incur that. So our assumption is we are going to be in the same situation we have been in the last couple of weeks, where every day we're just reading about more outbreaks in different parts of China and partial or full lockdowns. I think that raises a lot of issues for the supply side dislocations that have been contributing to global inflation.